Hey there, it's Victoria McCooey. I'm here because it's Monday, so it's Manic Monday. Every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I come on to talk to you about the ridiculous things your kids come home saying after a weekend at your ex's. Because they're there and they're hearing all the crazy, toxic talk, right? All the bashing. If you have one of those kinds of exes. They're maybe drinking the Kool-Aid, coming back hating you. I mean, that was the experience in my own divorce. When my kids would come back after a weekend at their dad's, it was a bad night. Mondays were not good in my house when they had been to their dad's because he really did a lot of work on them. And so I'm guessing that's going on with a lot of you too. So I want to be here to help you get through that and figure out what to say to your kids, and like how to respond to some of this ridiculousness that they're saying to you. All right, so you can always write me at victoria@divorcecourseforwomen.com, or you can just put a comment in the post here and tell me what's going on in your own household, in your home, and I will respond to it next week. Before we get any farther, I forgot, please, if you're watching this live with me today, please type into the comments #live. And if you're watching a replay later, can you type into the comments #replay? That's so important because of, Facebook and the algorithms, and, we need to get comments. So that is a great way for me to know who's here when. All right, so today, to get the ball rolling, so you guys come to me with your own issues, I want to talk about something horrifying that happened when my kids were going back and forth between my home and their dad's when we were divorcing, and how maybe you can relate to it. They came home after one weekend. It was, my divorce took 6 years. This was very early in the process. This was in the beginning phases. I have 3 sons. They were very young at the time, under 10. Maybe the oldest was 10. So they came home and they said, Dad said that we're the 4 Musketeers and you should go back to New Orleans where you came from and leave us men alone. All right, well, they're little, right? And honestly, I can't remember if it was the oldest, the middle. I can't remember who actually confessed to me that they said it, but I could tell by the way he was saying it, it wasn't something they subscribed to, but they didn't know where their loyalty should lie. They felt compelled to tell me, which is a good thing, that that's what Dad was saying to them. But he wasn't being belligerent about it, and he wasn't saying that it was wrong. He was sort of like, I think he was testing the waters, and I think that that's what they all do. They have a gut feeling that that's not right, but they're so little, they're so confused. And so they come home and they tell you these things that they've heard, not knowing where their loyalties are supposed to lie, especially in my case where they were all boys. And they had this alignment with their dad, this boy bonding thing. So what I said was, and looking back, I was not this highly evolved back then. It's really easy for me to give advice now because I have this wide perspective on how that went. And I've spent so much time with so many women and men in a divorce setting. And I've seen so much in the years that have transpired since then. But, back then I made a lot of mistakes, and now I want to teach you how to avoid those mistakes I made. But I actually guess this was probably kind of a good thing to do. I didn't get mad at him for saying it. I didn't take it personally. I didn't get upset. I don't think the kids should think they have that much control over your emotions. It's too much for them to handle. It's a big responsibility for them to think that they control your emotions or have the keys to your emotional switch, right? That's scary to them. So I didn't react that way. But what I did say was that I was sad that the dad felt that way, because I felt that they should have a mom and a dad and in their lives. And that would be so sad to think that they might not have a mom in their life. And I said, you need both, because, you know, being with dad is like a trip on a sail on the high seas. I said we had all done a lot of sailing, so they had spent a lot of time on sailboats. So I said it's like being out on rough waters in a sailboat, and it's very exciting and it's very adventurous and, you know, thrilling and really fun, really, really fun. But at the end of it, it's kind of nice to go back to the port, dock the boat, have a warm shower, have a nice meal on solid ground, and feel safe. Be in a safe harbor where you know you can rest because nothing's going to happen to the boat, nothing's going to happen to you, you're safe. And then you go out and take another wild ride, but you don't necessarily want to live your life on the high seas. You need some time at port too. And that's what mom is. Mom is the safe harbor. I said, you know, when you're with me, you know you're safe, you know you're warm, you know you've got a hot meal and a cuddle, and it's safe and warm and cozy. So my middle one, when I told him that, I remember he said, Mom, that's exactly what it's like. This resonated with him so completely. Like, you need both. You need both. You need your mom and you need your dad. And so I got that one right, I think. I didn't get them all right, but I think I got that one right. So I love passing that on to you, because maybe you're in a situation from time to time where you feel bashed. You feel like they're trying to make your children align with them and discard you. A lot, you know, people with narcissistic tendencies will do that, you know, because they can't have any empathy. That's the definition of a narcissist, is they're missing that trait, that quality. They cannot imagine being the other person. They can't empathize. So they will say whatever they want or can to achieve their purpose, which in this case is having the children align with them and not you, even at the risk of hurting the children emotionally, you know? So in those situations, it's really tough on kids, really, really tough. But that's what I did. That's what I have for you. I hope this helps. Anytime you want to reach out to me, I am always available. You can schedule a free call with me on my calendar. The first consultation is always free. And we can talk about what you're going through. I'll put a link in this post. But also, in the meantime, please let me hear what's going on when your kids come home after a weekend at their other parents, and what your challenges are in handling it. And you don't have to use your name. I will never say your name. You can email me and I'll keep it completely private. I'll put that in the post too. It's Victoria@Divorce Course for Women. But you'll find that in the post too. All right, so thanks so much for joining me here, and I'll see you next week.